It's the weekly drive, and voted by you, the viewers, we've got the Kenworth T660 in American Truck Simulator.
Junior, Senior.
G'day YouTubers, it's Senior here from Junior Senior Gaming, and today it's the weekly drive, and voted by you, the viewers, we've got the Kenworth T660 for American Truck Simulator. Now, a lot of people were a bit confused this week. We had the Kenworth T660, we had the Kenworth T600, and they said, a few people actually said, what's the difference between the two trucks? Well, first thing, they're done by totally different modders. The second thing is the shape, the bonnet is actually different. One is older and the other one is newer. So therefore, that's different. And it had a lot of different features, a lot of other different things in there as well. So yeah, two very different mods. Very different mods. But it was very close this week. We had the Kenworth T660 with 98 votes. The Kenworth T600 with 80 votes, and the Kenworth K100 with 75 votes. So it was very neck and neck sort of, well, you know, it was actually getting really close. Not really neck and neck, but it was getting really close. So it was very interesting. Now, this week we are in patch public beta 132, and we're having a look at the reefer trailers today. So you can see here that I have got some double reefer trailers on there, and for those of you who noticed, I'm actually trialing a new set of rims today. Now this works with Smarty's wheel pack, and it is basically adds ATX Badger wheels type wheels on there, and they look really cool. Have a look at those. They look mad, I think, and the rear ones look great, and they also work on your trailer as well, so that is even better. So let's get and also, before I forget, all links to this to the mods that I'm used today are in the description, so make sure you check that out. That's the rims, that's the truck, that is what else did I use? Smarty's wheel pack, and anything else that I've added in there is in the description as well. So make sure you check it out, guys. Right, let's get on the road so we can talk some news. Fire this baby up, and away we go. I'm just going to turn that volume up. There you go, that's a bit better. At least you can hear the truck now. I was wondering, a bit quiet it was. Now, I've got to quickly get some photos because the time of the day, the time of the day is 7:25 p.m. We need to do a tug test quickly before we move right along, and I've got it in neutral, so I'm not going to go anywhere with that. There's our tug test there. Right, and away we go. Now, I'm going to see if I can get a shot as we're going outside the gate here, because the time is actually getting on, and if I don't get it now, then it will be too dark and I'll have to do a lot of Photoshop work, and it makes it a lot harder. So nothing coming out there, and we'll have a look after that at what we're actually carrying. So if I just take it there like that, you can actually see. Whoops, not mail. I didn't want mail. I accidentally clicked on mail. What am I doing? There we go. You can see here the whole trailer and everything. So makes it look really cool. So there you go. That's not a bad shot there. And we've got. Let's get rid of the blur altogether. They got blur strength, field of view. Blur strength is right down. Let's, yeah, there we go. That'll do. Take a shot there. That's not too bad. I'll see how that is in Photoshop. That there is okay. Might be a bit too much shadow there, but See how that goes. And I'll take one up here as well and see how that goes. You really don't know how these photos are going to go until you get them into Photoshop. So that one there might be good. Alright, so that's photos done and out of the way. Right, now what are we carrying today? So, and where are we going? Well, we are going from Winnemucca through Elko and all the way up to Jackpot. Now, a very simple run, but we are actually hauling, if I can get my... There we go, frozen vegetables. So, Crackpot needs frozen vegetables today. And away we go. Now, the news. This week, the news for SCS is very, very simple. They've only been one article that they've actually published this week, and that was on Baltic landmarks. Now, they're really excited about this Baltic Sea, aren't they? The expansion for Euro Truck Simulator 2. Some of you may not be as excited as what they are, because I know a lot of you love your American Truck Simulator. And, Euro Trucks is sort of takes a bit of a back seat, doesn't it, with you know, compared to American Trucks. I'm just fixing up my volume. There we go on my headphones. That's a bit better. But it's still part of SCS news, and I still love to talk about it and report it as well. So now I've got to get it up into... get all my pedals working properly here and hook it up into here. Freeway entrance. Not the greatest of turns there. Ah, and I slipped a gear as well, but looks like we're still gonna make it up here. Bad driving, I don't know what's wrong with me today. That was terrible. And I drive a truck for real? Serious? Not after that. I have a bit of a problem going from real life driving to simulated driving. It's very different, and it's yeah, it sometimes doesn't always work as well as it as you think it would. You know, but going from simulated to real life is a lot easier, but just the other way around, it's yeah, not always the same. You're expecting certain things to happen and they don't happen in simulation. So, right, so back to the actual SCS news. Now, the Baltic Sea. Now, they've actually got a whole heap of photos that they've published for you to have a look at on some landmarks. So, I personally don't recognize any of these landmarks, and I did have a quick search on Google to find out what landmarks would be in that region, and not really anything came up that, you know, I thought that you would have thought that you would have seen in there, but you know, so some of the most popular ones didn't actually make it in there, and only thing I can think of is SCS has said in the past that they focus on monuments or scenery that you would see as a truck driver. So they've probably gone along the routes that you would take, and for us here in Australia, we have specific routes that you can drive your truck, and if you go out of those, you can get a fine. So that makes it sort of easier to map, doesn't it? But I'm wondering if it's the same overseas as well. So in other areas, you'd only be able to drive certain paths. I'd assume that'd be the way. So that's why they haven't put in every single monument. So it's very interesting how SCS decide to do this. So they have said that they've had tens of thousands of potential landmarks. Now, each one of these have to go through their, you know, their strict little ruling, why they can have it, why they can't have it, that sort of thing. And again, as I said, if you're not going to see it as a truck driver, probably not going to make it in. So that'd be a big thing, I'd say, that SCS rules it by. they got it down to only 100 or so were chosen. So that's a lot of landmarks. When you think about it, that is a lot of landmarks that they've gone and put in there. And considering each one of those landmarks would generally take about 1 to 2 weeks to build, that's a lot of man time, that is. So in itself, that for me is going to make it even more exciting, you know, just to see some of those landmarks. So yeah, it's going to be great. It really will be good. Now I keep saying for some reason. I don't know why. I noticed in the last couple of videos I've been doing that. Included are bridges. So they've got some of the things that they've actually gone and put in here are bridges, landmarks, landmark bridges. I'm trying to go around this corner and read this. A steam train they've put in there as well. Planes, and they had a plane that was on the middle of a roundabout. That was interesting. I've never seen that before. Castles, and even more. So there's heaps of other landmarks. There was something that looked parliamental, but I seriously doubt that they would put parliament, you know, parliament things in there, because, you know, I don't know. I just get this feeling that they wouldn't really go into politics with a lot of their stuff that they, you know, put in the games. So who knows? Now, I couldn't really, because I was doing a quick search, a very quick search, I couldn't really see any of those landmarks that they had there, but it still looks very interesting what they've chosen. And it will make for me, it will make it a lot more exciting, because I love my landmarks in the game, so it's going to make it really, really good. So, that is pretty much it for the SCS news. Now, this week was, for a lot of us, older generation, it was not a very good week. It was actually quite a sad week for us. One of my favourite actors from when I was a child was Burt Reynolds, and unfortunately he died at the age of 82 years on the 6th of September. So, look, that's really sad for me, and I know a lot of other people will find that quite sad as well. So I'm trying to think of one time when I can actually, maybe I can do a, whoa, we're pulling up quite quick here. Hang on, let's get this into the right gear, and now I gotta try and see if I can, yeah, thank you mate, some nice driver there. Oh, what happened there? Get into the right gear. Oh, they've had an accident. Bloody drivers crashing all over the place. Learn to drive. Oh dear. So yeah, Burt Reynolds, for those of you who don't know, was in a lot of movies like Smokey and a Bandit, which was probably one of his most popular movies. He was in Gator. What else? There was Smokey and a Bandit 2. That was his most popular role because of him being Bandit, and it had trucks in there with Jerry Reed, you know. That was very, very popular with a lot of truckers. And what else? There was Gator as well. Did I mention that one? So there was a lot of stuff, and he was even in Gunsmoke as well. So he had quite a good acting role. But yeah, I have to say, most famous role would have to been Smokey and a Bandit. And whenever people see Burt Reynolds, that's what they know him by. So, but anyway, that's a shame. And yeah, we'll see. I'll see if I can do some sort of tribute video or something like that, guys. Maybe not this week. It might have to be next week, because this week I've been quite busy. Now, this week is the last of Season 3. So, unfortunately, there is only going to be one more season for mod reviews this year, and that'll be it. Then we got to hook into the best for that season, and then the best truck mod for 2018, which will be in the end of, it'll be early December, sorry. that'll be on. So only a few more months to go before Christmas, guys, and that's it. Gee, it's gone really fast. So this year we're only having 4 seasons because I did have that break throughout the year there. Pull into the vehicle inspection. Okay, no worries. So normally we try to get about 5, but couldn't get there this year because I had quite a few. Had about, was it 8 weeks or something? Quite a few weeks that I actually took off. So all right, there we are, stopping. Put that in gear as we get checked. There we go. Thank you for your cooperation. Have a safe trip. And there we go. Oh, away we go. So yes, this is the final weekly drive. Now this week is going to be, now you're going to be voting for the best truck mod for season 3. So the best truck mod for season 3 is what you're going to be voting for this week. So I'm going to do a video up which will be released tomorrow, and you'll be able to see all of the mods that we had a look at through season 3, and then you'll be able to vote to see exactly which truck you would like to see win the best of weekly drive for season 3, which is great. There's a lot of good selections in there. There is the Kenworth T660 is what we're driving now. The W900A was in there. The Mack R series was in there. And there was also the Mack B61. My favorite old school truck was in this season's best of weekly drive. Now, we could have almost gone this season. I noticed that we could have almost gone by which truck had the most votes, and I can tell you now, I know which one would have won by the most votes. So, but that's not the case. That's not how we do it. But we could have done it that way, and that would have been really, really interesting to do it that way. But this week you'll be able to vote for those trucks, so make sure that you go through and you check out each one of those mod reviews to get a refresher exactly what that mod had in it, and if it had any crashes or errors, guys, then that's pretty much an out. That's a no. That really shouldn't get in the best of weekly drive. Okay, so hopefully you all will make a good decision, and you'll take it very seriously, because these mods, they're really, you know, they're not just trucks that you play with in a game. They're actually quite serious, and it goes towards, at the end of the year, goes towards the best truck mod of the year, and we send out a plaque. Now last year it was RTA Mods. They didn't want the plaques, so that's fine. I did get in contact with them, and they never replied to me saying anything that would, you know, because I did say to them I need some information, blah blah blah, and they said no, they weren't going to provide that. So that's fine. That's fine, you know. But the winner will be getting a little plaque that says, you know, Junior Senior Gaming Best Truck Mod for 2018, blah blah blah. So that should be really cool. Now, what else do we have this week? Now, this week I was busy. Yesterday, I actually volunteered some time to a worthy cause. Now, I actually got to drive for the company that I work for, which is Seva. Many of you may or may not know that I drive for a company called Seva. Now, they had asked me to go and drive a truck for these guys to go and deliver some hay to some farmers out west. Now, it's out at, is it Boa, wherever it is, out past Toowoomba. And it did take quite a while to get the hay there, so, but what we did is we started out, and I've taken some video footage, guys, so I'm going to try and edit a video this week. Hopefully, I can get that video out by the weekend, next weekend. I'm hoping I can. And it shows you, basically, it's going to show you exactly our whole journey, what we got up to, the cause, about why we're doing this, and also the farmers. I've got a lot of footage on the cattle and, you know, what they're actually going through out there, and it really is quite an eye-opener. It was for me anyway. And just to see the amount of cattle out there that are starving is unbelievable. And one of the sad things, and I'm not going to go too much into detail on this in the video, but one of the sad things that happened while we were there was one of the young calves, male calves, died while we were actually there. When I got there, I got video footage of it. Actually, it was, you know, moving around and standing, and then it just sat down. And when I asked about the cattle when they're sitting down, the farmer actually said to me, "Oh, that's fine. The males generally do that a lot. They're lazier than the females, and they just sit down." And I says, "Well, what happens if that one's sick?" And he says, "Well, we don't really know until it's too late. You know that he's gonna die." So, and then that afternoon when I went back, yeah, that cow was dead. So, unfortunately, these things happen, and the farmer was saying that he's having to put down, or the cattle that die or have to be put down is roughly about 6 to 7 a week. So, because they're starving and they're just too sick, so the humane thing is to put them down. So, and it is pretty sad. And this farmer was a farmer that was in the Norco milk group, and he the farmer tries to actually get as much milk as he can to Norco. It's just Norco who's all he deals with. So, and every year it's getting worse and worse. So they really need feed, and they really need rain out there. So more than anything, feed is what they need. And that's what we were doing. We were bringing them feed. So so I was really glad to be a part of that. I'm just slowing down so I don't get busted by the cops that are in front there. I was really glad to be a part of that, and I'm hoping that maybe in the future I can do it again. I really would love to get involved in that again, and maybe next time we might be able to get a B double or something like that, and I'll be able to drive the B double there, and you know, and take a video of the of us taking the stuff there. So it was a lot of fun, guys. It really was. So let's hope that I can get that out to you guys, and yeah, so that you'll have something you can check out. I'm going to take up both these lanes here. There we go. That's all right. Got around there nicely. So yeah, that was pretty much my whole day on Saturday. So my weekend was, normally I do videos. Normally I do videos on Saturday, but not this week. This week it was I was busy driving a truck full of hay. And when I got home, believe it or not, but I smelt like cow shit and hay. So that's how I actually enjoyed getting an insight into how the farmers out there are, you know, what they have to go through in their day. And I particularly was interested in the cows. The cows know by the time of the day exactly what time it is and what they have to do. They know their job. It's like they're programmed, like robots programmed, and they know when they have to go and get fed. They know when they have to go and get milked, and you know, they're very, very smart creatures. Cows, milking dairy cows anyway. So all right, let's see if we can get this and we don't have to reverse there. Is that it? Engine turned off and entered unload trailer. There we go. So we are here. I noticed that with this update for this week, you actually have to turn your trailer, you have to turn your truck off to get unloaded. That's something that's new. It's, I believe that's only happened this week. So there we go. Right, that is done. And again, you can go for your current job offers. You can have a look to see what more job offers are, and they'll load you up and you can go on your way for the next one. So that's pretty cool. I like that. But that's it. That is our load done, and this is our own trailer that we have. Now, don't forget, guys, that all mods that I have used in this week are in the descriptions. Just click on Show More, and you'll be able to see exactly what mods I've used. And I think it's pretty cool. I like all the lights that are on this truck. It's very nice. So yeah, guys, don't forget to vote in this week's sorry, not this week's weekly drive. Don't forget to vote in the best of weekly drive for season 3. Remember, your vote counts. It's very important, guys. It really is. And it would be very sad if a truck got in there that really didn't deserve it. Okay, so make sure you get in there and vote. Very important. What else? This week, I'll be doing some other videos. I'll be doing some car mods this week. I didn't really see any bus mods that really looked nice, you know. But there is some car mods that I thought were actually quite good. So we'll be taking a look at some car mods this week. I'm not sure exactly how many I'll be able to do, but yeah, that's what we'll be going to have a look at. Now, no need to vote on those car mods because they're just to show you what else is out there other than trucks. And that's generally what we do when we're voting for the best of weekly drive, guys. So, yeah, there we go. Other than that, that is pretty much it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, the weekly drive. And this was the last entry, the Kenworth T660, an awesome truck. And these rims, I think, really do look great on this truck here. Probably the R series, this would look good on as well. So, don't know. We just have to wait and see. But thank you very much for watching. If you liked this video, then don't forget to punch that like button in the ass. And if this is the first time you've seen Junior Senior Gaming, then make sure you head on over to the Junior Senior Gaming channel on YouTube and check it out. And while you're there, why don't you hit that subscribe button? But until next time, don't forget to keep the shiny side up and the greasy side down, and I'm 1010 on the side. And remember, game on.